Due to Randy Moss and Tom Brady going the fuck off, the woodshed section won't be seen until next week when Sean Daddy Studs make their appearance behind Ethan's woodshed. Wow, what a week turned out to be this week. Not too many close games. We had a couple of close ones, a lot of big battles that turned out to be big duds. But let's get it started with the Brews and Crooked Eye. We had the league's two highest scoring teams, and only one of them scored this week. As Special Brews just pounded Crooked Eye. Let's go to fantasy reality. The fantasy portion of this is that Crooked Eye had some people sitting. He's typically a higher scoring team than 48 points. He'll be back. Let's go to reality. The reality is Special Brews are running out 4 top 10 backs in this league right now. And as long as they're going to continue to run, he's going to continue to put up points. So look to score some points if you're going to beat the Brews anytime soon. One of the few close games this week, we had Habib's Revenge. He's squeaking out a victory over Ange's tough redneck squad. Let's go fantasy reality on this one. Fantasy is rednecks may have dug themselves too big of a hole. They're a tough squad, but I don't know. 4 losses early. I don't know if that's enough to come out and make a playoff push. Let's go reality. Reality is Habib's Revenge is tough, but Forte and Steven Jackson are just not that good right now. I mean, those guys have got to step up and give him consistent points for him to compete. Well, moving on, we had AAA versus the Shock. This one started out as a laugher early as AAA got out and was just beating down the Shock. But then Tom Brady and Randy Moss hit the field. 72 points from them boys later, and the Shock pulls out, drops a hundy on Sunday for the first time in the history of his franchise. Let's go to fantasy reality. Fantasy is the Shock is 102 point a team week. I mean, come on, he had to get 72 from 2 players in a damn blizzard to get it, but whatever. Reality is AAA be all right. 81 points, that's about who they are. And if you can average 81 points in this league, you'll be at the playoff race towards the end. So we'll take it, even in a loss. Let's go to the Groves Bowl. In a series that the Steelers normally dominate, Sean decides to flex his big brother muscles again this year. Let's go to fantasy reality. Fantasy is the Studs are 146 point a team. No, he'll get back to his 50s, 60s, maybe even 70s next week when he comes to see AAA. Let's go to reality. Reality is, if the Steelers can't beat the Studs in the regular season, it's going to be a long season for the Steelers. He got 8 points from his D-backs and still couldn't cross 60 points. Tough year for the mighty one. Another battle that started close and ended up with a wide spread was Big Willie getting the Seekers once again. Now the Seekers have moved to 0-6, and now the Detroit Lions, will he win a game? Watch starts. Let's go to fantasy reality. Fantasy is Big Willie can get 30 points from Eddie Royal to sneak out victories every week. I mean, that's just not going to happen. You take that 30 away, 66, 68, Big Willie loses. So we shall see. Let's go to reality. Reality is Seekers, although he hasn't won a game, I don't think his team is as bad as it looks. I got a feeling the big ass tree speaking out this week may light a fire, and he may start putting up a few points, and that may be enough to get Seeker over the hump for a few wins this year. Well, we'd like to call this one a battle between the U and D-Simp, but hell, this one was over at 115. I mean, 15 points. When D-Simp loses, he sure knows how to lose. I think he's on the books for 4 to 5 lowest scoring games in this league's history. You give him a good team, he rolls out. Even the year he had Brady and Moss, he dropped an 8 or a 9 one game. I don't understand it. Let's go fantasy reality. Reality. The U is going to put up some points. The U, has he dug himself too big of a hole? I don't know, but he's going to start to get after some people. I'm just glad I've already got him out the way and I don't see him again until the last week of the year. Fantasy. Now, fantasy is D-Simp's team is only a 15 a week. He'll get Manning, he'll get a die back, he'll get some of his boys back in the lineup, and he'll be all right. But will he make the right moves to get this team to the playoffs? We shall see. Boy, do we have a number of good candidates for the beatdown award this week. Normal weeks, you look and you see a 90-point beatdown and you think, guaranteed, that's the one. But no, this has a little big brother, little brother aspect. So, every now and again, big brother has to let them know. So that 90 points, that's what happens. Then you come over here, and I don't even know what the hell you call this. I mean, it's 15 points. I mean, is that really a beatdown? I mean, how do you beat down somebody that's already in the fetal position? I mean, decent never even put up a fight. And then you come over here, and you have the leading scorer in the league, second leading scorer, big battle, division leads on stake, and you get beat this bad. I mean, 48 points, Blake. Come on. That's why you are the punk that jumped up to get beat down this week. Once again, look at the bowl, look at the cereal. This is why we all get together. See who's been smashing their Lucky Charms this week. In a week where there were so many beatdowns, it's hard to look in there and find that one lucky team. But in the MDA studios, Lucky Charms studios, we do our research and we come up with pretty good candidates. Let's take a look at the candidates. Anytime you beat AAA, you are a prime candidate for the MDA award. You get 72 points from Tom Brady and Randy Moss in a fucking blizzard. I mean, normally that's guaranteed, especially if you do it against AAA. But we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're going to move on to right here. Little Gil getting 30 points from Eddie Royal. And then you say, oh, he's a kick returner. That's what he does, blah, blah, blah. It's not just the fact that he got 30 points and only won by 28 from Eddie Royal. It's the fact that he got Eddie Royal and Ahmad Bradshaw from Mike for a dud Forte looks like right now. That's what smashing Lucky Charms will do to you. Cunning Cons never makes bad trades. But the fact that you benefit from a trade from Mike 1 week says you've done your work in the kitchen, smashing out on some Lucky Charms. So, Big Willie, congratulations. You are magically delicious.